It's the NFL on EA Sports, where representatives from the AFC and NFC will square off. It's the reigning AFC champs and the Commanders on Thursday night.
As the weekend approaches, let's settle in and end the week right, with an outstanding Thursday night contest here with the NFL on EA Sports. For the first time this season, I'm Kate Scott alongside Brock Heward up in this broadcast booth, and the long wait is over, partner. A new season officially begins tonight.
Yeah, and these are the two teams who have the honor, really the privilege of ringing in the new regular season. And I know, with how long it's been since the Super Bowl ended, any two teams would be great to watch. But as usual, well, Park Avenue and the NFL has scheduled a heck of an opener for us. And it's about time we get Week 1 underway.
Five glorious months of football about to get underway. We're all set, and away we go in a new NFL season. And a decent return ends as they bring him down inside the 30. So here's their offense, taking over for the first time here. And we'll get a chance to see someone still in the early stages of their career, this third-year QB.
Kid, I really think this is one of those moments where every starting quarterback in the opener, right? Week 1, all has a sense of gratitude, all has a smile on their face. You're one of 32 guys on the planet that get to start an NFL season, and you want to make the most of that chance.
Right off the rip, it's intercepted on the first play of the game. And the Commanders are going to have it after his second interception of the season. Oh, baby, this stadium was already loud to start this game, Brock, but that play, it's in an absolute uproar now.
And the one thing you want to do as an opposing team is quiet the crowd, especially as a quarterback. It's your job to quiet that home crowd, but an interception, well, it does nothing but add fuel to the fire. A fever pitch now as the offense takes the field, looking for an early lead.
So now the Commanders will get their turn at an opening drive of the game. They'll be led out by an elite runner, one of the game's top dual-threat young quarterbacks. He was taken second in 2024, Jaden Daniels.
I got a smile on my face. I know he has a smile on his face as he runs out with a new season ripe with every possibility. This is only the first scene of a 4.5-month movie where he could be playing the part of a league MVP, maybe leading a legit contender into the postseason. How he starts this campaign, though, well, how you start can have a massive impact on how things play out.
This is on target to Christian Watson. Decent gain here, but short of the first. 3rd and 4 coming up now. From the gun, it's Daniels. Complete beyond the marker. It's a pickup of 14 yards as the chains reset.
Kid, I can't tell you how good that is. Anticipating the outcut, having the ball on the way before the receiver's head even turns, he puts it on him so that receiver can easily get out of bounds for the nice gain.
1st and 10 now. Here's Daniels. It's incomplete. Should have been a catch downfield, but off his hands and to the ground it goes. No dice on that prior pass. Here's 2nd down. Again, Daniels to the air. That's knocked away by a defender, incomplete.
That's just simply great positioning to swat the ball away. He stayed in a spot where he could disrupt the throw before the target could make a play on it.
Watson with the catch. And he's stopped at the 31-yard line.
You can earn your money in the NFL in all sorts of different ways, but defensively, in a league where you're just not hitting as much in training camp, you're not tackling as much as they got to in the old days, when you can make a play in the open field, keep them short like that, I promise you some money will follow. A dependable kicker, man, that is a coach's best friend. Saves him so much stress to have a guy he can really trust to go out and hit it from that distance consistently, because from that far out, no kick is a guarantee.
Starting from the 5. And he's going to make this to the 28 before going down. Their offense headed back out for its 2nd drive of the contest. They threw the interception on their opening drive, Brock, but that's right from their memory as they head back out now.
Yeah, it's got to be, right? And when you throw that pick early, you've got to flush it. The defense helped with that, holding that offense on the other side to just a field goal and giving this offense now some hope as they take the field again.
Nice spot here for the offense. It's 2nd and 1. Here's the handoff. And the defense gets there to force a small loss.
Kate, it's amazing how fast these guys are on the field and how fast your fortunes can turn. 2nd and short run, you're feeling good about yourself. But with a negative play, well, now comes a critical 3rd down.
And this one's brought to a halt at about the 36-yard line. Call it 1 yard there. Tough sledding the last couple of runs. It's 4th and 2.
Okay, that's a run that's ho-hum on the stat sheet, but if you see a bigger play on the ground later on, it'll largely be because of a play just like that one, softening up the front and opening the door for a bigger gap in the future.
Punt team is on now, and they get this away. Fields this at the 19. And a nice return out of him. They have it a little further up, past their own 30. He manages 13 on this punt return. And the Commanders will go on offense. It's a new set of downs for him at the 32. Daniels on 1st down. He lobs it up, looking deep to the right side. Tries to lob that one up, and it's intercepted. Sauce Gardner with the INT. And the Aviators are going to have it after his 2nd interception of the season. I don't know what to be impressed by most, Brock. How effortless he made it look to throw it that deep, or how effortless the cover man made it look to get that far down there and haul in the interception.
How about we just marvel at both of them? You call a deep pass like that again on the next play, it could go to the end zone. But this time, it is a takeaway.
The offense getting set to go. And it's far from the first time we're seeing this unit head out, Brock. But what we haven't seen so far in this opening half, no, we haven't seen much in terms of yardage.
No, it's like they've written a few lyrics, but nowhere close to a song yet.
And he's going to be brought down at the 42. They come through with a nice gain there. Gain of 10, 1st down.
Yeah, you want to get above 5 yards to carry? Well, put together runs like that. And I'll tell you what else a run like that does, Kate. That sets up the play action, right? When you really just gouge and gash a defense like that, the next time you run that action,
it's another first half mistake. He's intercepted again. Mike Samba still makes the play. And the Commanders will take over as he records his 1st interception of our season. Well, no doubt there was some doom and gloom on the sideline following their interception, right? But a little bit of new life now as their defense picks him up, gets it right back for him.
Hey, I am all for a nice little game of one-upmanship between these two defenses. You picked our guy off, fine. We'll answer right away. See how you follow that up.
The Commanders all set to regain possession. And this drive, Brock, hopefully longer than that last one. They were only out there one play before they were picked off.
They're kind of a good chance right now to see how risk-averse these guys are offensively. A lot of game left. They could give the passing game a little breather and start this one on the ground.
Trying to get away from the pressure, but he can't, and they drop him. And the big play drives them backwards. 2nd down coming up. Trying again, following the set. They're on him again, and he goes down again. And back-to-back takedowns behind the line of scrimmage set him up now with 3rd down. Shotgun snap to Daniels. Fits it through the middle. And he's marked down, looks like at the 32-yard line.
Pursue, pursue, pursue. It's why they do these drills all the time, Kate. You do them through the offseason, do them through training camp, you do them in the regular season. Because when a defense plays with tremendous pursuit, you force 4th downs just as they did.
And that one is good. A little longer, but no problem at all. And they come away with some points on that series.
Okay, one of the areas that kickers and quarterbacks are similar, they want to get into rhythm. And no better way to feel good and get into that rhythm than start a game 2 for 2 as a kicker.
And look at this return. And he manages the 35 before they can stop him. The Aviators are being led back out there on offense by their quarterback. They gave one away on their first drive of the season. Now it's time to get one back with a touchdown on drive number 2. Interception last drive doesn't deter them. They're going right back to the air. And they'll take him down at the 43-yard line.
That is the epitome of staying on schedule. That kind of completion right there on first down. Well, it opens up the entirety of the playbook for second down. On the third and short in your back pocket, you can get even more aggressive and take that shot.
They touch him down as he finds enough to pick up the first.
What's that saying, Kate, about discretion? Discretion is the better part of valor. Well, decision-making for quarterbacks is so critical. In that time, excellent discretion. Protect yourself, get the first down, and live to play another day. Well, there was never a play in any playbook I ever saw designed for a lost yardage play when you throw the ball. But if there's any solace, at least it was first down. A couple more chances to make up for it.
Back to the line they go. It's second down. Dropping back to throw. Complete to Hyatt. And he's taken down directly on that 43-yard line. Commanders with an extra DB out there to defend this third down. They go play action here. Hits his running back. 2 yards on the pickup. And they'll have first down.
You know, they call that the money down for a reason, because you're just simply not going to last long in the NFL if you don't convert a good portion of your third downs. It's the money down. And nice to see them roll the dice and continue the series.
And he won't get anything there. Several defenders nearby to hold him up. 2nd and 10. Need to get some positive yardage here. Back to the well again. That's good for a gain of 5. Dallas Turner there to bring him down. There's 5 on that play. They need 5 more now on third down. Pass play now. Go left side, caught by Schultz. And he's out of bounds, just short of the 30.
Here we go. Here's one of those game situations that just puts a smile on my face, because I could think from Pop Warner to the NFL, everybody on the field thinking the same thing. Can we go for it? Can we get one more shot as you end up just short on that third down?
And before we get the kick, we're going to get a timeout. Ball is set up, and it's away. Just a 3-point game now. This one's fielded at the 4-yard line. And pretty solid field position starting out here, Brock. He's tackled at the 29. Out comes the Commander offense for another series. Their first drive of the new campaign netted a field goal. Now let's see if they can bump that up to a touchdown on drive number 2. On first down, here's Daniels. He's going to loft one deep to the left. That's grabbed inside the 30. He makes it in for the Washington touchdown. The Commanders stretch their early lead to 9. Christian Watson with the touchdown. I love plays like this, Brock. Sometimes you just got to ask your dude, show me what you got, man. Show off those wheels, and he did just that.
Yeah, beauty in simplicity, right?
Yep.
Now, when you run that fly route, you got to win right from the jump. And you got to protect yourself from the sideline, too. Don't get pushed to the boundary. Give your quarterback room to throw it up, and you can find pay dirt.
That one right down the middle. And the Commanders make it a 10-point ball game. The Commanders' kickoff unit out and ready as they send this away. Here's a return from the 7. Tackle made as the return gets it out to the 32. This offense making its way back out now. And down double digits, Brock. Field goals like we saw in their last drive aren't going to move the needle as much as they need to. Here's the one back on the handoff. And he'll scurry forward for a pickup of 3. Now after the play, looks like we have somebody banged up. What we hope is it's nothing major. Don't want to see a serious injury less than a quarter into the season. Second down now, 7 to go. Putting a receiver in motion. Here's 2nd and 7. Dialing up a receiver screen. And he's brought down for a loss.
You call that receiver screen, and every once in a while, that wide receiver, well, he's got to be his own blocker. He's got to make the first guy or two miss. That didn't happen. Play goes nowhere.
They're going to throw it on 3rd and long. He's on the move. And this one doesn't go far.
It's one of those situations, not much to be had there, no matter what he did with the ball. Even if he scraped a positive gain out of it, that's still a win and a confidence builder for this defense.
On to punt. And this is the 2nd time he's been brought on to kick it. First punt win 45 yards. This looks considerably further. That hits at the 9, but nobody around to grab it. It carries all the way into the end zone for a touchback. The Commanders and receiver Christian Watson ready to go once again. And they've had a real connection looking his way in our opening half. Seems pretty clear that he's the one the coverage is going to have to adjust to and start slowing down. Play fake here. Daniels. Got a man. Palmer has it. He gets it forward for a gain of 3. That was Sauce Gardner dropping him there. 2nd down now. 7 to go. Now Daniels off the play action. And that's nearly intercepted, but couldn't hang on. Just a harmless incompletion. It's 3rd down. Out of the gun, Daniels. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop him. And the defense comes through to back him up ahead of 4th down.
Sometimes I wish everybody could feel what that feels like. When you're a QB and you just feel the air in the pocket getting sucked out and you know there's no escape, it can be just one heck of a deflating feeling. Not for that defense who puts a sack on the board.
And little to nothing on that return as the coverage team gets to him. 65 yards on the punt there. And it'll be their football. Ball at the 33 for 1st down. They're going play action. Dump off caught by his back. And the defense is all over this one for a big loss.
Well, if they were concerned about losing yards, running it on 1st down, it just happened anyway. Not many passes end in a loss. Hopefully they got a little more aggressive strategy coming here on 2nd down.
So the new NFL season officially well underway as we've reached the end of the 1st quarter. 13-3 our score. We'll return to Landover right after this. And we're back. Road offense out there and set. Let's get the 2nd quarter started. They have 2nd and pretty long here. Throwing the out route complete. And he'll get this up close to the 40 before going out.
The smartest pass catchers I've ever been around, they know how to set up an outcut beautifully. They recognize when they have leverage, how to sell the deep route, and then boom, they just break it out as if it's nothing.
He's going to push one deep down the right.
Well, that was almost one of those nice chunk plays you like to see in the NFL, Kate, before he was able to recover and provide the hit and ultimately dislodge the football. You like to see that physical edge and scrappiness to contest any kind of shot plays down the field.
And he calls for the fair catch, and he's got it at the 14-yard line. So no return on that punt. And the Commanders' drive is going to start from deep on their own side of the field. Throwing with a blitz on the way. Has him on the quick hitter. Give him an even 10 yards on the play. And the Commanders will have a first. Blown back gets the handoff. And he's caught behind the line for a loss.
Well, he was supposed to be the one who chipped away a few and got a new set of downs started right in rhythm. Instead, he's now forced to pick himself from behind the line thanks to a great effort defensively.
Here's 2nd and 11. Finds the in route complete. And he gets him around 6 there. Christian Harris on the stop. Here they come. This is 3rd and 5. Daniels back to throw. And this time they're going to get there, and they drop him. And the defense comes through. That's going to back him up and bring up 4th down. The Commanders ready for the punt. And he wants to hit his second effort just as well as he hit his first. He broke 50 on his first punt and looks to have done the same here. Fair catch called for, and he's got it right near the 30-yard line. That punt goes unanswered. No return there. And they're going to take over possession. They'll come out throwing. Finds Hyatt. This is ahead for about 5. Stopping that play, Trenton Simpson. Everyone's prepped. It's 2nd down now. Blown back in the backfield, and they give it to him. And he's tackled with the 1st down yardage.
Well, looky here. You don't even have to worry now about a 3rd down call as that run moves the sticks. Now that call you had ready, though, you can recycle it. Save it for later for that next 3rd down coming.
The ball's out. The ball's out. He lost it. And the Commanders pick this one up. And they stop him before he gets much on the return.
You know, this just can't happen on 1st down. It really can't. I mean, ball security is a premium on every down, every distance. But on 1st down, it is especially a killer.
The Commanders set to take over. Their first drive of the season, an uneventful one, led to a punt, so they'll try to get some new season magic going here on their 2nd drive. While a new offense preps to head out, we've got a stoppage. They want to make sure this is a turnover.
Under review.
Yeah, pretty bang-bang play out there. It's tough to see exactly what happened on our first look in real time.
But you know what I like here, and I do appreciate, and these officials are so good at let the play just play itself out before calling it dead. Now all the replays and the camera angles will give us such a better idea of really what happened.
So the nice defensive play, all for naught. He was down first, no fumble. From the 41. Dumps it off to his running back. And they're on him after about a 2-yard gain. It was Mike Sanders still on that stop. And for the Commanders, a 5th defensive back out there. They're going nickel on 3rd down. They're throwing it. Buys time, rolling right. And he's going to go down right along the midfield stripe. So after the play, some obvious concern from their sideline as they watch their quarterback out there in some pain. Training staff running out to check on it. To the line we go. They're set, 1st and 10. Out of the shotgun, they'll give it to him inside. And he gets it forward, is still about a yard out of that. Stopping that play, Trenton Simpson. They'll come to the line here, 2nd and 9. First throw for the backup now. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop him. And that pushes them back. 3rd down coming up.
You know, when we watch Combine each and every single year, I hope you get good enough to understand as a football fan, watch the big guys' first 10 yards. Don't watch the ends and the linemen run 40. Watch their first 10 because that's the most critical. And that defensive end showed you right there the kind of explosive burst in the first few yards to get home for the big sack.
They're signaling for a stoppage here, and yep, there's a player injured after that snap. Not what they wanted to see in week 1 as their medical staff heads out to check on it. 4th down, and on comes the punt team, and the kick's away. So this one will go out of bounds, and they'll start the drive inside their own 30. The Washington offense getting set for its next possession. They didn't add to their lead last time out. They punted it away, but still ahead and able to add to it here. And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10. From the gun, it's Daniels. That's caught, Tucker Kraft. And he's brought down after a nice gain and a 1st down. They're running the option, short side. Doesn't get much beyond the line, a yard at most. Galen Bullock up to make the stop. They'll come to the line here, 2nd and 9. Shotgun snap to Daniels. Hits him on the in route. And that tackle stops him after a solid gain. Chance to move the chains here on 3rd and 4. To throw, Daniels. Complete beyond the marker. And he's going to be drugged down, looks like at that 37-yard line. The big play nets him 17 yards. And that'll be good for a Washington first.
You're not going to last long in the National Football League if you don't convert a good chunk of your 3rd downs. Nice find there to continue the series.
Markers reset, ball at the 37. Blown back in the backfield, and he gets the handoff. And the defense gets there to force a small loss. All right, here we go, 2nd down. Back-to-back carries here. And he's just spinning his wheels, man, this entire first half. They drop him behind the line.
This coordinator tried to show some trust and belief in his offense. A run after a negative run? Well, you lose a lot of equity and belief in that coordinator. I don't think he's going to try a 3rd run after back-to-back negative losses.
And he'll get this down to the 33-yard line.
I'm a big fan of the screen pass. Really, you can run a screen as they just showed on any play. 1st, 2nd, 3rd down, sometimes even 4th. But it takes great acumen, a great football IQ defensively to have an awareness it's coming, and then more importantly, to stop it. Give him the first half trifecta. He's 3 for 3 on field goals. And as much as they'd like 6 points to end drives, not 3, they can at least be happy they're getting consistent looks inside field goal range, and he's delivering.
This return starts at the 5. This return makes it up to the 25. The Aviators returning their offense in this running back to the field. And I'm sure they're tired of bringing out the punter, Brock. They're hopefully going to give him some rest this time around and find some points to go after that lead. They go play action on 1st. Gets everything he has under this throw. And he overshoots his man. It's incomplete. Looking for his wide receiver there. So it'll be 2nd down. Back to throw now. Wow, wide open here. Complete. And the nice pickup ends beyond the 35 as he goes out. Markers reset, ball at the 37. To the air now on 1st and 10. And there's a man there. It's intercepted. And the Commanders get the football as he makes his 3rd interception of this season. Well, we both saw what he was doing, Brock, trying to work the sideline there, but I don't think he ever saw the corner sitting back and just waiting to break on that throw.
And that's what the good ones do. They use the sideline to their advantage. It really becomes the 12th defender on the field. The elite corners in this league, they'll play to it. They'll bait those quarterbacks to making that throw, and then they'll close fast and take that ball away.
This offense headed back to the field, led by their receiver. And they'll have a little momentum as they take the field here after their kicker drilled a deep one to end their last drive with points. He's got Watson. And he'll be brought down at about the 29. A 19-yard pickup, and that's going to move the chains.
I love throwing on 1st down. And when you see a 1st down pass just like that, it's taking advantage of a matchup you plan for, and you go out and execute.
And they're going to stop him after he wiggles his way forward for 2.
You know, they got some positive yards. That's a good thing. But too many plays like that, it just is too hard to pile together, get 1st downs against the better defenses in this league.
We've hit the 2-minute warning now from the nation's capital. The Commanders working here. 2nd and 8. Finds his man. It's Kraft. Pickup of a few as he heads out of bounds. 3rd and 4 coming up now. Daniels. He has the first over the middle. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains.
That's what we call situational football. You spend all week working on your nickel passing game package to take advantage of third downs just like that.
Completes this one to Kraft. And they bring him down at the 7-yard line. Tackled on the play by the rookie out of Ole Miss. Nice spot here for the offense. It's 2nd and 1. Again, Daniels to the air. And that's a Washington touchdown. It seems like a lot of the time, Brock, even if the results aren't quite as flashy every rep, tight ends are even more reliable scorers than a lot of receivers are when it comes to the passing game.
Yeah, I would agree with that, but there's also a lot more real estate for them to work with, right? Think of the receivers. They got to deal with the sidelines, that 12th defender. Many of these tight ends, they've got a ton of field to work with, and when they prove to the quarterback they could be a difference maker, he'll look for them.
That one splits the uprights. And the Commanders push the lead to 20. The Commanders' kickoff unit out and ready as they send this away. Fielded at the 7. And a decent return ends as they bring him down inside the 30. Their offense headed out now. Not much time left before the half. And losing by 3 scores, they'll have a final chance to take at least 3 off the deficit before halftime. Short pass brought in. And he'll get taken down after advancing this to the 37. Before we can get a snap on 2nd down, they call timeout. From the 37. Brought in right side. And he has it up towards midfield before he's taken down at the 47. Prior to 1st down, they decide to call a timeout. Trying to throw here out of the gun. This time they're going to get there, and they drop him. Offense at the line, but they won't snap it. We've got a timeout. Another try following the sack. Throwing the out route complete.
There's no route on the old proverbial route tree, Kate, that takes more trust than throwing an out route. You're throwing it to a spot and believing your guy can get there.
They'll try and pick this up on the ground. And the struggles continue for him tonight. He's only able to get back to the line. The Aviators get their special teams out onto the field. And this is going to be his 4th effort tonight. That's taken at the 15. And he gets his guys a few yards before they bring him down on the return. Only 10 seconds remaining here, so 1st and 10 may be our last snap of the half. Looks like they'll play it safe with a run to the outside. Breaks the tackle, still going.
Kate, I know you can see that smile on my face as we stand next to each other. Sure, I love that run. But I'm thinking about some great running backs. In fact, Corey Dillon, who created a lot of negative grades on my play sheet because I didn't want to carry out no fake. I wanted to watch the damage he could do like we just saw.
All right, this is going to be the play that takes us to halftime. 1st down, and they go right back to him. And he's still looking for the play that sparks the ground game as that one stopped for a loss. One last play before the break. Out of the gun, they'll give it to him inside. And it's a nice gain, but still not enough for the first. So we've reached the half in this year's NFL kickoff game to the season. Now we'll send you down the East Coast to Orlando. Turn things over to our buddy Jonathan Coachman in the EA Sports Halftime Report.
All right, Kate, thanks very much. We'll get back to you and Brock in just a moment. But first, let's give everybody a look at what's coming up later this weekend around the NFL. In the 1 o'clock games, the one that catches the eye happens in Big D at AT&T Stadium, a tough test for the Cowboys as they'll square off against the Miami Dolphins. Excellent games in the late afternoon window as well, one being out in Los Angeles, where it'll be the Rams taking on the Baltimore Ravens. And finally, on Monday Night Football, they've got a good one lined up between the Houston Texans and the Buffalo Bills. We were treated to a fine performance in the first half from the Heisman Trophy winner, Jaden Daniels. He fired his guys into the lead with 2 first-half touchdown passes as they were looking like a well-oiled machine in the first half of play.
Thanks so much for the look around the league, Coach. But now it's time to turn our attention back to this one as we begin the third quarter. Here's a return from the 7. Coverage team gets him down at the 26-yard line. The Commanders and QB Jaden Daniels headed out for their next look on offense. And this is some quality film review right here. Look at this. Couple of touchdowns, good amount of yards, too. He's been moving them down the field like only he can, putting together quite the game for himself in the process. They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10. Hand off to the back. It looks like we can call it about 4 yards in the end. Christian Harris on the stop. 2nd and 6 coming up here. They give it to him again. A flag's down as he stops. Looks like this one's on the offense. So now, partner, got to reevaluate what to do on this next snap because the holding call pushes him back quite a ways. Here we go, 2nd and very long. He's got a man left. And he gets a small chunk there before he's touched down. This drive in jeopardy. Here's a 3rd and 10. Out of the gun, Daniels. He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose. Incomplete. Just couldn't hang on through the contact. And they're going to be stuck with a 4th and long. So out now comes the punter. And they could really use a good one here. Getting about 50 yards of boots so far, and here's another quality effort. And before that return amounts to much, they bring him down. Back out runs their offense. Well, we all know at this point, turnover's the big problem for them in this game, Brock. And not surprisingly, the defense has capitalized on those mistakes on more than one occasion to their benefit.
Yeah, there's a lot of things that can be tough to win football games in spite of, right? But over the test of time, turnovers are the #1 thing that cost you games, especially after that first one. Once there's blood in the water, you feel it with the defense. They get all over you, trying to force another turnover and another and another.
Tough one to retain through that hit. So that brings up 2nd down. Looking to the air here. Has him on the quick hitter. He's forward, gets a couple of yards. Stopping that play, Trenton Simpson. A less than ideal 3rd and 8 here. Now looking to throw. That's caught for the 1st. And he'll get it up to the 44. He finds him 16 yards and a new set of downs.
I may love watching a great thrower, but I love watching a well-done route too, Kate. Make that guy think you're trying to stack him only to drop your hips and cut right inside. Some good work to help reset those chains.
From the 44-yard line now, 1st and 10. Give now to the running back. And he takes it up and across midfield to Commanders territory. It's an 8-yard pickup, and they're going to have 2nd and 2 next. Another carry for him. And he's tackled with the 1st down yardage.
I don't know about you, Kate, but he sure made getting that 1st down look really easy. A lot easier than it's supposed to be for that defense. And I think they'll hear about it when they get to the sidelines.
And he'll be met near the line to limit the gain to a yard. Give that tackle to Johnny Newton. They'll come to the line here, 2nd and 9. He'll look to throw. Completed over the middle. And it's good yardage, but they tackle him short of the sticks. 3rd down, 1 yard to go. Oh, and they're going to have the fullback try and power for it. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains.
Hey, I'll be honest with you, Kate. They say that football is cyclical. Well, I sure hope we see the fullback come back. There's just something about that guy. Something about that position. And he just showed you right there, going to get you a first down. They can be difference makers, too.
And he cannot shake the tackler along the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10, need to get some positive yardage here. Back to throw. That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact. Ball and defender arrived at the exact same time there. And that's going to leave him with a tough 3rd and long. Throwing with a blitz on the way. And even on 3rd down, he sees no choice other than to get rid of it. Not the play they wanted. It's going to be 4th down.
So often, so many of these games in the NFL, well, they come down to a play or two, and 3rd downs critical. Whether it's in a close game or already out of hand, their coach wants to see them convert those. Inspiring a bunch of confidence in himself right there, Kate. 2nd time they brought him out for a field goal, and 2nd time, well, he's knocked it right through. Trust is earned in a number of different ways on the field. That's the best way to gain it as a kicker.
Returning it from the 4. Coverage team gets him down at the 26-yard line. Washington ready to go on offense as they take the field. And taking a look at these highlights, Brock, just a reminder of the type of game that they have had throwing the football. It really has been the key to their success.
Yeah, they've just not only stayed on schedule here, Kate. Man, they've made some music, right? Great rhythm.
Yeah.
Not just ahead of schedule, but huge plays have followed. We've seen a lot of different looks and wrinkles throughout this performance, and it's been a joy to watch.
Daniels on 1st down. They get to him and bring him down. And the big play drives them backwards. 2nd down coming up.
Even though there's a lot of game time left here, Kate, this just feels like a must for the defense. A little bit of desperation. You cannot allow this offense to find the end zone again. In a massive sack on 1st down, well, that's the right way to begin this series defensively.
Let's see what they dial up on a 2nd and very long. Trying again following the sack. Into traffic, complete. And he's caught after a gain of about 2. Peyton Wilson getting there for the stop. Defense looking to defend the marker on 3rd down. From the gun, it's Daniels. Finds him over the middle. And a nice gain here, but it stopped short of the 1st.
You know, I like the completion. You never turn down a completion. That's just not the right throw to make in that spot to move the chains.
Punter takes the field on 4th down, and he sends this one flying. And he's hit before he can get anything on that return. We don't get a return out of that punt. And it's going to be their football coming up. 1st and 10 now from the 30. Running it now out of the gun. And he maneuvers through the middle for a gain of 4.
You know, Kate, these are some of the little hidden plays in a game. Right? Doesn't look like a whole lot on the stat sheet, but A, it gets you good yardage. B, it sets up your play action. And C, most importantly, keeps that defense guessing.
And they'll manage to contain him after about a 6-yard pickup. Dallas Turner there to bring him down. 3rd and a lone yard coming up. That one's out and cut on the right side. And he'll push this upfield and earn them a new set of downs.
I'm not sure how this defense let that guy slip through him like that. On 3rd down, nonetheless, he took that snap as an opportunity, and man, did he make an impact play.
He brings the offense up now for a 1st and 10. Trying the right side. And he scampers ahead and gets 2 on the carry.
You know, not a ton of yards, but still showing that commitment to the ground game. The type of run that keeps the defense from loading up in coverage and focusing entirely on that passing game.
This is caught inside the 15. And that is a touchdown. The Aviators shrinking the lead some in the third. All right, so the offense does its job, Brock. Now they need their defense to give them a chance to overcome that big deficit.
The momentum in the building's clearly changed. We can feel it here in the booth, but you're right. It's now up to the defense to make a stop and give them a chance.
Little able to connect on the point after. And the Aviators cut the lead down to 10. That lead trimmed just a bit, down to 10 points now as the kick is up and away. Fielded at the 7. Coverage team gets him down at the 26-yard line. The Commanders headed back out on offense. Their quarterback returning to the field now. And he has continued to own this defense and keep on throwing that football, partner, making this performance one that he's going to remember, but as you like to say, the defense would probably rather forget. On first down, here's Daniels. This one taken in by Kraft. And he's out of bounds, just a step short of the 40. And that one goes for a gain of 11. And the Commanders will have a first. The give now out of the shotgun. And he made a bid for midfield there, but stopped on his own side at the 49. It's a pickup of 11. And that'll be good for a Washington first. Now Daniels off the play action. Flushed out of the pocket. Oh, he was on the move, and so was the defense, and they take him down. And the big play drives them backwards. Second down coming up.
And right there's the danger, Kate, when you put the ball in the air. How many times do we see these coordinators, when you get a nice run, right, you gain some steam on the ground, you stick with the ground game. They don't. They call the pass, and the defense reacts, and reacts well with a sack.
And the cover just too good there. Didn't find a throw that he was confident in, so just throws it away. Third down coming up. Back to throw. Here's Daniels. Got a man. Palmer has it. And they'll get there and stop him at the line.
I got to be honest, it hurts a little extra when it comes on third down, but it really doesn't matter what down it is. If a completed pass is stopped at the line of scrimmage, offensively, that's a failure. Defensively, that's a success.
And that hit at the 5, but got the bounce it needed to reach the end zone for a touchback. The Aviators back out on offense. Their running back headed out once again. Offense ready to begin this drive. First and 10. They're 1 for 1 so far to begin the new NFL season. Touchdown on their opening drive. Let's see if they have 2 for 2 in them. This one's to Schultz, out right side. And he'll go down after pushing this up to the 29. Nice spot here for the offense. It's 2nd and 1. Hyatt going in motion right. 2nd and 1. Dumps it off to his running back. And he won't salvage that. It's a loss on the play.
He specializes in salvaging broken plays out of the backfield, but even he couldn't get anything out of that one, Kate. That defense, they were all over it.
From the gun on third down. He has the first over the middle. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains. We've reached the end of the third quarter on this Thursday night. This one not out of reach quite yet, but it is a 2-score game to begin the fourth. They're set up at the 35 now. Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. Short pass brought in. And he'll be out of bounds right along the 40.
Just get this guy touches. I don't care how, I don't care when. Just find unique ways to get this running back the ball, and over time, he's going to make you pay.
From the 40 on second down. Bails out of the pocket quick.
What a great play by the defense. Play breaks down, but that defense stays disciplined. Nobody loses control, and they end up stopping him for a loss.
Third and long for him here. Makes the grab in bounds, left side. And he's out of bounds, past midfield. Give him 18 yards on that play, Brock, and it gets him a first down.
It was such a privilege for me to watch Marvin Harrison and Reggie Wayne in person in Indianapolis do their work. Darrell Jackson out in Seattle. They showed how great a deep out is as a chain-moving play. It's all about getting that leverage at the top of the route and then exploiting the leverage as that ball arrives on top.
This time they're going to get there, and they drop it. And the big play drives them backwards. Second down coming up.
Final quarter, this quarterback's just feeling the need to do a little extra, try to make something happen outside the pocket. The problem? Defense wouldn't let them. They have that same kind of urgency. They want to make some plays of their own before they hit the showers, and they got one right there with that sack.
And they make the tackle at the 38. Whistles after that play for an unfortunate sight. A player hurt in the first game of the season. Training staff out to work on him. New set of downs for him at the 38. Slot man motioned over. On first down, they'll run. And he runs this one down across the 35 and inside the 30. Pickup of 8 on the run, and that sets up 2nd and 2. From the 29. Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete. No connection on the last play, and now it's 3rd down. Here's the handoff. And he stopped just before he reaches the red zone at the 21. Give him 8 yards on the play. And it'll give him a first down. They'll throw it. Well, the pressure nearly got to him, but still a good play defensively as that one falls incomplete. So after the incompletion, here comes the 2nd down call. Back to throw. Caught near the goal line. Touchdown. Great opportunity to find a touchdown there, Brock, and they come through with 6.
Receivers want the ball everywhere on the football field. But you start smelling the end zone, they really want their chance. And they will tell you as a quarterback, just give me an opportunity and I'll make a play. And he sure did.
They can tack on one more now, bring things back to within a field goal. And he connects there, so now another kick from him. A field goal would tie this game in the 4th. Ball is set up, and it's away. Just a 3-point game now. Starting from the 5. And he's going to make this to the 28 before going down. The home team's ready for their next series. Let out on offense by their quarterback. And he'll be happy to keep letting it fly as much as he has all game. Look at these numbers. They show just how effective he's been in captaining this offense. Play fake here. Daniels. They did it! He made the interception! And the Aviators have some new life in the 4th.
Well, that's now 2, Kate, that they've gotten him for picks in this game, and he's got to be careful, right? You've got to protect the football. It is the greatest treasure you have as an offense. In this defense, well, they've got 2 in their pocket, and you know they're going to be going after number 3.
This offense ready to get going again now. And I'm pretty sure, Brock, they hadn't even all sat down on that sideline yet to rest. And now they're right back out there with a great chance to repeat their last touchdown.
And you will take that every day of the week and twice on Sundays. You don't mind at all. You got that defense right now reeling after the touchdown. Look at where they start with the football now.
And they've got him behind the line for a big loss.
These edge defenders in the league today, Kate, they've got so much on their list to do. A huge to-do list. They got to get to the passer, they got to set an edge, and they got to stop that run game, not just on the end of the line, but in that case, right in the middle of the field.
And they haul him down just a foot or two shy of the red zone. They're signaling for a stoppage here, and yep, there's a player injured after that snap. Not what they wanted to see in week 1 as their medical staff heads out to check on him. Chance to move the chains here on 3rd and 4. Here's a give up the middle. And he's dropped just short of the marker, maybe a yard away. Cam Little now in a high-pressure spot. It's a 34-yarder from that right hash. Flying down the heart of the lane, and it's good! And in the 4th quarter, that's going to tie the game.
So many of these players on the field, Kate, they just strive for consistency, but not the kickers. They strive for perfection, and so far, he's just that.
Return starts at the 3. And the return sets them up just beyond their own 20. The offense being led back out by its quarterback as they get geared up for their next possession. And as we can see here, it hasn't been the easiest game for him to operate out there, right? Number of rough moments for him. This defense able to pick him off twice to highlight their performance against him. Drive starts out with a 1st and 10. Simple dive up the middle. And the defense is all over this one for a big loss.
This is one of those situations, Kate, where I watch the body language of the running back because it'd be very easy for him to raise his hands up, look to the sideline in his O-line and go, what am I supposed to do there? There was nothing, no time at all to try and escape and react. Instead, it goes backwards. He's just one of those guys, Kate. Even when he's not open, he's still a target thanks to that physicality and his ability to just play bully ball. They don't like forcing into coverage, but sometimes when you got...
Oh, brother, it's another interception! And the Aviators are going to have it after his 2nd interception of the season.
You know, Kate, once you've thrown a couple picks, it's easy to become check down Charlie, right? Just throw it underneath and not take any more risk because you don't want to throw what he just did, his 3rd interception of the game. It's time to protect the football at all costs. And if not, well, that backup better get ready.
Another drive coming up for this offense. And they settled for a field goal on their last series, so points are a positive, but they'll look to upgrade to a touchdown here. They go play action on 1st. It is cut left side.
Kate, I don't know why every once in a while I'll get these little flashbacks, but a little play like that just flashes me back to the preseason, my first preseason. When one of the veteran QBs said, hey, Brock, whatever you do, just find completions. You will never go broke taking a profit. Go get a completion. They're at a premium in this league.
They get 20 yards out of the play and move the chains.
From a great throw to a nice route and catch to moving the chains, there wasn't a whole lot not to like about that amazing play.
To the air now on 1st and 10. Cut for big yards on the right side. And he will take this in. Touchdown! The Aviators take a 4th quarter lead. The impact this guy has had on this game, Brock, has been massive. They'd be on the comeback trail right now if it wasn't for his 2 touchdowns.
Yeah, and that second one far bigger than his first when you just look at the game circumstances. Puts them in front here in the second half and puts a little jet fuel in the engines of their defense.
On is Little for the extra point. The point after splits the uprights. And the Aviators break that tie and now lead by 7. All set for the kickoff. Little with the honors. Here's a return from the 7. He stopped on the return at the 27. The offense returning to the field now as we get a look at their wideouts. And he's been reading the coverage, dare I say, Brock, even better than his quarterback has all game. I mean, he just continues to find openings and make plays in this second half. Here's the one back on the handoff. And the middle holds. They don't get anything on the run. No progress on first down, and that'll bring up 2nd and 10. Back to the well again. And he's brought down after a short gain. Only a yard on the play. An improvement on their last one, but that brings up 3rd and 9. Out of the gun, Daniels. That's caught for the first. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. They got 24 yards on the play. And the Commanders will have a first.
It sure seemed like he knew exactly where he was going with that right off the snap.
1st and 10, ball set up at the 48. Shotgun snap to Daniels. Finds his man. It's Kraft. Give him 11 yards, Brock, and a fresh set of downs.
That is what elite offenses are all about. Why worry about 3 downs when you need only 1? Move the chains in one play and keep driving that defense backwards.
Has him on the quick hitter. And they take him down right along the 30. 2nd and 3 now. Again, Daniels to the air. Complete on the slant to Watson. And he's brought down. They're going to mark him at the 14. 16 yards on the play. And that'll be good for a Washington first. Working inside the red zone. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop him. And the big play drives them backwards. 2nd down coming up. Out of the shotgun, they'll give it to him inside. And he's brought down for a loss.
This offense may want to try and disguise their run a little bit. I don't know if it's the O-lineman's stance. I don't know if it's a cadence. I don't know what it is, but after 2 straight plays going backwards, this defense is all over them.
He'll throw it. That one doesn't find its man. Incomplete.
You know, it's a point of emphasis in practice each and every week, no matter where we go. How are we going to attack the coverage on 3rd down? Well, they chose the wrong play off that call sheet that time.
Flying down the heart of the lane, and it's good! And that brings things a little closer here late.
This is a case of, well, just get what you can on the way out the door, Kate. It's already out of reach. Just take the 3, let your kicker get some points, and make it a hair closer in the box score.
Return coming from the 6. And in the end, he's able to get it to what used to be a touchback. It's at the 25 after the return. Here comes their offense out again. It sure seems like they've been able to score every time they've touched it this quarter, Brock. So high hopes again for this upcoming series. Trying to throw here out of the gun. They did it! He made the interception! Mike Sarah still makes the play. Well, he's had the kind of scoring day you love to see out of him. 3 touchdowns in the book so far, but now 3 interceptions thrown as well. Gotta do without those.
Yeah, you do. The aggressiveness has helped him find the end zone several times, but it's also led him to find defenders several times as well. You got to figure this out. It's a quarterback teeter-totter. How to dial the mistakes back while keeping that aggressive mindset as well.
The Commanders all set to regain possession. And their last drive did end in points. Not as many as they wanted, though. They had to settle for that field goal despite advancing the football pretty well. 1st and 10 now. Here's Daniels. Caught by Myers, left side. And he's down inside the red zone before hitting the deck. They gain 14 on the play. And the Commanders will have a first. We've hit the 2-minute warning here in D.C. Commanders needing 4 points. The drive picks up here, 1st and 10. From the gun, it's Daniels. This one's caught. And they get this down to the 10-yard line before going down. In a good spot here, 2nd and inches. Setting up to pass. And this one won't be caught, but we got a flag here. Looked like there may have been some early contact before that throw arrived. Well, the pass interference might have prevented the touchdown there, but it gives this offense the yards and a great chance to punch it in anyway. He'll look to throw it. The back grabs it.
You know, Kate, over the years, I've heard defensive coordinators say, hey, you got to earn the right to rush the passer. You got to earn the right for me to call blitzes. And when you call a blitz and you don't get home and you don't hit the quarterback, you've earned nothing.
Here he is to throw. And that's a touchdown. The catch is made, and they lead just before the end of this game. So what a finish this is shaping up to be. The late touchdown here, Brock, moves them in front.
And week to week, what a pleasure it is for us to call these games. We never know what kind of game we're going to get. This one's been everything you could have wanted. And now, even though they've taken the lead, there's still enough time on that other sideline for them to go mount a response.
The Commanders' kickoff unit out and ready as they send this away. Has this at the 6. And the return sets them up just beyond their own 20. The offense headed back to the field. They find themselves down here in the 4th after that touchdown. This game could end up depending on how they respond right here. He's got a man left. And that's good yardage there with a new set of downs to boot. Signals, and looks like we've got a timeout before that first down play. Back to throw. Finds Hyatt. And he's downed after getting this up to the 41. Before we can get a snap on 2nd down, they call timeout. From the 41. Why not go back to it again if it's working? Complete. Prior to 1st down, they decide to call a timeout. Still sticking with the passing game. And he just hucks this one away. Wasn't going to risk a throw or force something. It brings up 2nd down. Throwing with a blitz on the way. And he doesn't see a window he likes, so he just got rid of that one. And it brings up 3rd down. Throwing now. He isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And the defense comes through to back him up ahead of 4th down. So score this as a win for the Commanders. And they're no doubt happy to get their season off on the right track and claim the first victory of this new campaign. With Brock Hewitt and our entire crew, I'm Kate Scott. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. It's a win for the Commanders. As with that, we sign off from D.C.